much better together, I know.
Welcome back to CareBlair, folks. My name's Kyle, and here we share the positive news, stories and information that helps local volunteers, non-profit community groups and charities to connect with their audience in meaningful ways online. We've got some fresh new content coming up in this 2020 winter season that'll help you to get to grips with new technology and to digitize your face-to-face services so that you can continue to provide the care and support that your community needs in this moment and beyond. So, if you want to learn how to leverage the internet, stick around. In this second video of our three-part video series where we'll be sharing how your nonprofit can set up and optimize its free Google My Business listing, we'll be sharing with you how you can create your Google My Business listing from scratch. And the reason why we're recommending nonprofits like yours to create their Google My Business listing is because, as you'll likely already know, Google will play an important role in not only helping people to discover nonprofits like yours, but it'll also help you to reach out and connect with the right donors and volunteers through your online and offline presence. This also helps nonprofits to maintain ownership. I believe nonprofits should always remain in control and independent with their online presence, and having a Google My Business listing will help you to manage that presence securely and with ease. So, if you're ready, let's go. It's important to note that any nonprofit can check the status of their business listing simply by doing a Google search. However, if we want to claim and manage our listing moving forward, then we'll have to sign up for a free Google account in order to do so. So, if you haven't done that already, I recommend going back to one of our previous videos and watching that. I'll leave the link to that video in the description below. Welcome to the tutorial. We are currently at business.google.com/create, and this screen that you're seeing right here is where we'll type in the name of our nonprofit to start the process of creating our Google My Business listing from scratch. However, if you come across any problems with the status of your listing, please go and watch my last video where we share how you can navigate any potential issues in 3 simple steps. So, without further ado, let's get cracking. So, we can start by simply typing in the name of our nonprofit. I'm going to simply go with one of the domain names that I registered in one of our previous tutorials. So I'm going to go with T with Isabella. So we've got to be careful when we're typing in a nonprofit name. The name that we put in here has to be a true representation of the name that is seen by the public in real life. Okay, so we can't put T with Isabella Blairgowrie, for example, because that's not how the name looks in real life. We've just got to simply go with T with Isabella. Many nonprofits feel like if they add extra words or even keywords that they'll somehow rank higher in Google search, but that's not the case according to the Google My Business Listings guidelines. They say that unnecessary information into your nonprofit name is not permitted and could result in your account and listing being suspended. So I highly recommend simply going with what your business name is in real life. So if you have a brick and mortar store, for example, what is the name on top of your store? Simply put that in this search bar here, and then we can start the process. So I'm going with T with Isabella. Okay, so this next part is all about choosing the category that fits your nonprofit best. Now, be careful with this one as well, because what you choose here determines the type of traffic that comes to your website and social media pages. So if you are a nonprofit, don't put in anything else other than what is relevant to you and what you do as a nonprofit. So for me, I'm going to type in and you can see non-profit organization comes up here. I highly recommend, if you're a non-profit organization, to go with a non-profit organization, but obviously choose what's most relevant to you simply by going through this list and finding something that fits what you do. For me, it's going to be non-profit organization, and then simply click next once you're happy here. Now, on this next page, it asks us if we want to add a location customers can visit, like a shop or office. Now, in our case, because we're a non-profit, we are going to replace customers with donors and volunteers. we want to appeal to these people. It's important to note that your non-profit is going to fall into 3 different types of categories. Type number 1 is a simple brick and mortar store. Type number 2 is a brick and mortar store but with delivery. And type number 3 is just online delivery and nothing else. So whatever you are determines what you're going to choose here. So we, with Tea with Isabella, are going to do type number 2. We're going to do a brick and mortar store and delivery, purely because we're in a global pandemic and we've got lockdowns happening left, right and center. So we want to be able to make sure that we can, if a lockdown happens, still be able to deliver products to customers. So with this in mind, we are going to simply select yes. Even if your non-profit falls into the type 1 category of you just have a brick and mortar store and you don't do online delivery, you still need to select yes for this because you still have a physical location. The only category that would select no for this is if you do online deliveries only and you don't do them from your address. So if you fall into the top 2 categories, select yes. So click next on this one. Okay, so for this, we simply just type in the address of our non-profit. For this next page, it asks us if we also serve customers outside of this location, this physical location. So if you are type 1, which is you are just a brick and mortar store and you don't do deliveries, then you answer no for this one. If you are type 2 like us and we have a brick and mortar store and we do deliveries as well, then we would select yes. If you are a type 3, which means you are only online deliveries and you visit people but you don't do anything from your physical business address, then you select yes as well. The only category that doesn't select yes on this page is category type number 1, which is you have a brick and mortar store and nothing else. So for us, because we do delivery and we have a brick and mortar store, we're going to select yes, and then we're going to click next. This next page asks us to add the areas that we serve out with of our physical primary location. So as Tea with Isabella is primary location is Blairgowrie, but because we do online deliveries, we serve out with Blairgowrie. So this is a place to add those extra areas that we serve in and around Blairgowrie. So for us, we might do something like Dunkeld, okay? And you can add multiple places as well. So we can do Dunkeld, we can do Perth, we can do Rattray, we can do Pitlochry. You get the point. So we can continue populating this with as many areas as we wish. Once you've imported your areas, simply go down to the bottom here and click next. Okay, so on this page, we're asked what contact details do you want to show customers? Now you can add a phone number. For us, we'll do that. So people can phone us to arrange for online deliveries, and we can also import our website. If you don't have a website currently, I've just created a tutorial on how you can register for your free Google website. I'll link to that tutorial in the description of this video below so you can find it easily. For us, we're going to go with Tea with Isabella. teawithisabella.org. Okay, so this next page asks us if we want to essentially sign up for Google's mailing list so they can keep us updated with what is happening at Google. And for me, I'm going to click yes because I like to keep in the loop with what Google is doing with their services. So once you're happy and you've selected something here, click next. Okay, so on this final page, we now have to verify that we are a true, genuine owner of this non-profit. And the easiest and simplest way to verify that we are the owner of our non-profit is simply to get Google to mail us a secret code. And then we can use that code to verify our non-profit business listing online. It usually takes about 4 to 5 days for that postcard to arrive at your nominated address. So for us, we're going to simply type in our name. So we're going to type in Isabella. Okay. And then it's going to deliver at our address in 4 to 5 days time. And then we just simply select post And there we have it, folks. Your postcard is coming in 4 to 5 days with a secret code. All you do is come back to your listing here and input that code, and that will be you and your listing completely verified. Well, there we go, folks. We've created our very own Google My Business listing from scratch. And I really hope you found some value in this video, and I can't wait to share how we can go about optimizing this listing now in our next video. And so that brings us on to the question of the day. Did you create your listing? Let me know down below, and I can't wait to connect with you. And until next time, remember, sharing is caring.
Something so right. This is our time.